Out of every 100 clients I work with, this is to deal with 90% of them. So this one single thing has to do with the mindset that people have that's holding them back from achieving great results. And that really comes down to breaking their pattern of the way that they currently think right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you guys a funnel here to show you how this funnel works, and we're talking about how to break this pattern. So the funnel looks like this. Thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to results. What we have to do first to break this pattern is we have to change our thoughts. But before we talk about how we're gonna do that, let's dive into this funnel and how it becomes a very devastating funnel or a very successful funnel, either way based on the same components. All right, so let's say, for example, you wake up one day and you're gonna start a fitness journey and you're going to transform your body, whatever it is, lose weight, build muscle mass, you name it. And you get up and you're exhausted and you're tired. And your thought right away is, I could just sleep in for like 15 more minutes. Or I'm just going to go later to the gym after work instead and get some sleep, right? That thought leads to something. It's gonna lead to like a feeling, maybe feeling more exhausted, more tired, and then we have an action. Maybe hitting the snooze button or skipping the workout first in the morning and then going later in the day, and it's gonna lead to some kind of result. So in this case, let's say we skipped it altogether. We now are feeling like crap this morning because we didn't get a good night's sleep, whatever it was. We didn't get our workout in, which always makes us feel better every single time we do that. And the cycle continues. So what happens is a cycle dumps back into itself, which looks like this. So what was here, you being sad, is now wrapped around and dropped into thoughts. Now you're beating yourself up. Man, why didn't I go to that workout this morning? Why didn't I just get myself out of bed? I know I always feel good when I do it. And then because you feel tired and exhausted, you don't put any effort into your day when it comes to eating. So now you're driving through a fast food restaurant because you didn't pack your foods that morning because you overslept. And then you're eating the bad stuff. And then guess what happens? It continues the funnel. It goes thoughts, feelings, actions, results. So you keep getting this deeper dive of feeling very crappy about yourself, or very unmotivated, very exhausted, very tired. You hate the fact that you just didn't start your day out right by getting that simple workout in today. If we have the same concept over here, we got our workout in, we got there, our mindset was like, we're gonna go there and dominate this day and we're gonna work out hard, and we did the thoughts, feelings, action, results, we got here, and now your day is going great. You start eating good, you start doing that kind of stuff, and it just keeps pounding on throughout the rest of the day. Now, something can happen though, and that's where we're gonna talk about breaking the pattern. When you first start off, it's a matter of reconditioning, and even today, I still gotta recondition my brain and catch the things that are happening to recondition that pattern or break that pattern. I can start off here doing very, very well. Something happens where my schedule gets thrown off. It's a little, speed bump, I call it, in the road. That's gonna make us have a little turning point in our attitude where we're starting to get to this, and we create these thoughts and these feelings that we don't wanna have, and then we go back into this cycle. So we're going through it again. We hit here now in this time period, and now we're going this direction. We gotta learn how to break that pattern. So I'm gonna give you guys 3 things that's gonna help you break your pattern at any time. So number 1 is focus. What is our current focus? What are we looking at? What are we seeing? For example, Tony Robbins said this quote, where focus goes, energy flows. So if we're seeing all the negativity around us, we just attract more negativity. Number 2, our questions are the words that we use. For example, let's say I say, why did this happen to me? Well, what's gonna happen is our brain's gonna do anything to find a support for that question to give you an answer. For example, even if I say a phrase like, for example, don't think about a purple elephant, it's impossible because your brain has to think about the purple elephant first before you actually not think about the purple elephant. So you already failed by me simply saying that. Well, that's how our mind works. If we start asking questions, our brain's gonna try to find anything to give us an answer. And number 3 is physiology or body language. What is your body language like? It represents a lot to do with how you feel. So let's think about this for example. Let's say you have someone that's depressed. What do they look like if you were to think about what their current body posture looks like? What's their physiology look like? How are they breathing? What's their facial expressions look like? Are they sitting down like this here, or are they sitting nice and tall like this in their chippery? What is it like? Because our physiology makes a difference. It links to the brain and says, this is how we're gonna feel. So if you think about that chart, thoughts lead to feelings, feeling lead to actions, action lead to results. We're going back into the mode of putting ourselves into the result of being happy or sad, or feeling like we're badass, or we just can't do anything at all. So first thing in the morning, if you're to get up and you're exhausted or you're tired, one of the number one things that you do is change your physiology. Get up, do some jumping jacks real quick, even though you don't feel like it. Get the blood flowing, the oxygen flowing, put your body in a different state, and next thing you know, you start feeling better. So why is this all important, and how can you relate it to the fitness world? Well, it's pretty simple. Think about driving down a road to go to work, and there's a dead deer laying in the middle of your lane, so you have to swerve around it to miss it. Can you imagine if you swerved your steering wheel to the right real hard, but you never correct it by going back around the deer? You just crash into the ditch or the pole or the building. That's what most people do when it comes to the fitness world. They have a little hiccup in their day, and instead of making a course correction, they immediately just go off the road, through the ditch, off the ravine, whatever it is, and that's the end of the fitness world for them. So for you to get results, you got to keep in mind that the thoughts, feelings, action, results is a funnel we go through. The 3 ways that we can change that, right, which is by changing our focus, our words or our questions, and then our physiology. And the third thing is to think about the fact that when you get off course, it's not a big deal, just course correct.